Right.
because of the Black Panthers
Right.
that were in.
But you know what we
And they
get?
never
But you know what we get?
reverse.
We get nowadays when we stand up, oh, I thought he had a gun. The man is dead. The man is dead in the car. But I thought he had. A cop says, I thought he had a gun. Yeah. And so, what's his name?
That was another thing we couldn't stand. Co-opting the
Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, Blue Lives Matter.
I
Really?
Right.
That's
Like
not
it-
what this rally is about.
Yeah, it's literally it's a gun, hard stop. That's
Right.
what that's what unites all
Afraid
of
of
us.
I'm not.
That's the
I'm
whole
not here.
point. It's a gun rally, not a cop rally, not a Republican rally.
Right.
It's like what
Cops kill gun owners in unconstitutional red flag laws all the time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they use red flag laws as a way to get around warrants against actual minority communities, especially in Florida. If you look up Florida, there are 3,000 red law uses.
Wow.
They've actually used it off of red flag basis, whereas most of them are actually against like poor minority communities because it's a way to get around actually getting the proper evidence for a warrant.
Yeah.
So, and those are all actually, because people will say it's about dangerous gun owners, their friends and family report them. Like up in the higher class, I don't want to name a percent because I'll be wrong, but I want to say the majority of them are actually just mowed by police submitting data, light evidence on Facebook, and using that as to the red flag laws.
Right.
It's like one of those things just to get around just messing with whoever the cops want to mess with.
So my question is, you guys get to walk around freely. If we were to walk around like you guys do, it would be okay. We would be under arrest. What do you guys?
I can actually tell you what they would more than
Right.
likely do. They'll stop you for your LTCF. That's what the first thing they'll probably stop you for.
Yeah, no one's asking us.
Yeah, but at the rally, if you go here outside of this, they will.
Hi.
The cops put on a little show for
My
today.
son.
Because if you go out on the majority of days like this, you'll get harassed by police and they'll follow you around. They don't do it now because they have orders today because they want to look like good guys.
Right.
I'm fully aware of
Yeah, I
how
believe
we're
that.
treated right there.
Yeah.
And because they don't want to do that, because a lot of these guys up there are buddy with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't kid myself in any way, shape, or form. If I did this probably on Friday or something, I'll probably have the cops follow me,
You
ask
would.
for my gun permits
would.
and everything like that.
You
And that's what
would.
they would do to you if you were wearing this and just walking
Well,
around
no,
right
that's
now.
not what they would do to us.
They
Oh
will
no,
shoot
I
us
mean
down.
if they didn't, if you were clear.
My
like,
son did that. My
Yeah,
son,
we would get shot.
he had his gun on him. He got
Make
arrested.
it shot.
Yeah.
He
So
showed his
that's the
permit,
Oh, I
but
was
he
just
got
saying
arrested.
minimum. I was just saying
America.
minimum. I'm not defending.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got arrested.
Yeah, but it's sad because in the end, you got to put the work in. You got.
Right.
You can't be just sitting in your house hoping, praying things can get better.
True.
You gotta be out.
Come on.
Yeah, you gotta be out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta race in the streets a little
Right.
bit. But you gotta make sure you're in the right. You're
Right.
doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
You're not just out there you're not using the revolution or some guy was murdered. You don't use that as a shield.
Right.
Hurt people or
Right.
cause a ruckus. But
Right.
sometimes you gotta make noise.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what Martin Luther King said. That's, riots are the only voice. That really, I'm paraphrasing his
Protest.
Riots are the only voice for a protest. That's the only how Black people and people of color are going to be heard. Look, we have talked, we have cried, we have prayed, we have done all that stuff, and we just haven't been heard. So now, I mean, it's not just the Black voice, it's all voices, which is incredible. You got people from the U.S., you got people from other countries who are saying, you know what, enough is enough, is enough, is enough. I'm glad to see you guys out here and I'm glad we had this opportunity. So we
Clear up
now
some
know, and it's
miscommunication.
being filmed. We now know that, you know what, guess what? The system has been playing both of us.
Yes.
We were
yes.
both played.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Somebody said that the other day.
I'd want to summarize this. It's like as a sort of divide and conquer. But the main thing is they don't want you to do is they'll always push it as race or sex
Yes.
or something else
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
The main thing you got to remember is class.
Yep,
That's what
it
they
is
try and
class.
keep you down on.
Exactly.
It's
So-
the main thing I always have to
I
remember.
hope we get to see all you guys on the next
Yeah,
rally.
I have to go. I have to actually drive like across the whole
Y'all
way
have,
to the
do
state.
y'all
I
have
enjoyed talking to
business
you
cards
guys.
or anything? Or
What do you have?
I'm good on that. I don't like to be like harassed online or you know what I mean.
But we'll see you guys in the next one, okay?
All right. Hey,
I
thanks so
come
much.
to these every year. Thank you very much.
What did you call that? Black Guns Matter?
Sure. I can't say his name. I've heard it before, but it's been like a year. I read his posts.
Black Guns Matter.
Yeah, he goes out to Philly, teaches a lot of inner city kids, what a firearm is. So that way they don't think, oh, this thing's cool. I see in video games. Let's start shooting in our backyard. It's hey, this is how you probably handle firearms.
This is how you go. This is how you get your license. This is this is how you become a part of this community.
Yeah, it's no different than teaching people how to register to vote. Right. It's exercising your civil rights. Everyone should have a right to do it.
That's good.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you guys.
Very nice talking to you.
Thank you. We'll see ya.
Well, there you have it, y'all. All misconceptions are now cleared up.
Wow.
This group was not down here to represent the Republican Party. They weren't down here to represent the Democratic Party. They were just down here to talk about their right. No, they just got finished, and we were just interviewing those guys. The reason why they were here today was not necessarily for a Republican Party, Democratic Party, no other party. They were here to demonstrate their right to just carry weapons. Okay.
Very
because
peaceful.
very peaceful,
That's
not
good.
down here to shoot up everybody like it was said to be.
Okay, well, that's good then. That's what we want.
Right.
No violence.
Yeah, they were saying it was very sad what happened, and they were educating us to let us know that there is a group called Black Guns Matter.
Oh.
And it's run by a black man that they know, and he, teaches about our right as black individuals to carry a weapon in a safety, in a way. Yeah, then he teaches inner city kids about, being safe. It's not a toy. Don't play with guns and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
So you're protected to educate it. Okay.
Right. So he educates our community on those types of things, because I'm not about violence, not about gun violence or anything like that, but everybody has their right to exercise their amendment just like everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing with me.
So
Thank you for
it was
educating.
nice to clear that up.
Yeah. Have a good day, ladies.
Yeah. So
We can get a flag with them.
yeah. So hi, how are you? Good. Hello, how are you? Hi. He looks like he has something to say.
Huh?
He looks like he has something to say with the purple. I should ask him if he has something to say. He looked like he has something to say. So anyway, this was good. We're actually going to go up here and let's talk to some more people about what about their views.
Oh, I gotta take my mask.
There. So now we're going to walk up here and talk to some more people that are still behind here. How you doing, sir? Okay, so we have a group of... Anyway, they were very nice, very open to talk to us about what was going on. Nothing like I said what was said. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
So we missed your protest down here. Were you down here with the protest?
I was doing what you're doing, just talking to people.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing, talking to people, asking questions.
How you doing?
Like I said, I'm a gun owner too, and I had to be because I was a civilian, and I live out, out around the skirts of Harrisburg, and someone came in my house. I didn't believe in it, so somebody came in my house and tried to rob my house. Then my husband said, "Now you want to go get one, don't you?"
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Just recently?
This was last year. I did a Stop the Violence, and someone, and here it was happening in the neighborhood out there where I live at. But they weren't, they don't really talk about it. It wasn't until I got a ring on my doorbell that I found that it was happening in some of my other neighbors' house. And I live out in a suburban neighborhood, so it's happening everywhere.
Say that they represent everyone. In our conversations, they were very forward.
There were some misconceptions about what this was all about, so it stopped a lot of people who wanted to come down here because they were feeling intimidated, like they were going to get shot up.
Yeah, right. That's these
Right.
people, I've been talking to them for 2 hours, and they've all said they want everybody to have the same rights, and they would defend Black Lives Matter movements, anyone against police brutality and against tyranny of the government over step of authority, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
I wish that more people would talk about it and get to know each other and like band together. You know?
Yeah, I think this is awesome. And I do want to show that too.
That's what it says on the bottom.
You see this man right here? These people are down here, guys.
Wow.
And he has a sign up that says Justice for Floyd.
Sorry.
So while all this confusion was going on, as you can see, they were supporting the cause just like everybody else.
You'd have missed this moment. Sorry for this. That's what I was thinking. I want to get a flag.
Wow. Oh, wow. Dope. Whoa.
Wow.
You see that, Pastor Terry? He got the
He kept telling everybody.
Look at that. I need to
they
take
was
a
telling us to
picture
stay
of that.
home yesterday.
Oh, I got to take a picture
This is why they
of
was
that.
telling us to stay home
yesterday. Cause
we don't want us home.
They don't want us talking together and being
They
friends.
don't want us talking
If
together.
we're friends, then they get a little nervous.
Exactly.
Unity, there's power, right?
Absolutely.
Look at
We have
it.
no offensive weapons. We came here
Medical
second
equipment
in case we thought there would be trouble.
Right.
We have a document. We have medical equipment.
Wow.
That's all we brought.
Cameron security, School County for Black
You
Lives
guys are
Matter
going through
protest.
the
This
same
is
thing.
sad, y'all, but they
This
came
is
here with
sad.
cameras on. They came here with medical equipment
You guys
and
are
everything.
Oh my
and
gosh, I
most
feel like
I talked to 35,
shaking.
40
I'm
people
so
today,
sorry.
and everyone I
You know
talked
how,
to
like,
was
you get a lot of
hoping
people saying,
that BLM
a lot
would
of
be here
white
to
people
talk.
saying,
Wow.
Almost everybody we talked to.
I'm sorry.
And I had a lot of Black Lives Matter people who wanted to come down here. The one young lady
Wish
was
they would have.
the one lady was going to come between 2 and 3. She tried to get a lot of people to come, but they were afraid to come because of what was being told. Yeah.
We were invited by the BLM in School County.
Yeah.
I'm friends with one of the organizers. I went to high school with him, and he's anti-gun. Well, they got death threats and stuff, and they invited us to show up full kit with rifles to protect them.
Wow. Isn't that something?
One of the messages to his statement there was, you should not be afraid of the tool. You should be concerned about the man behind the tool. But I hope all the BLM organizers and demonstrators understand that for every one racist person with a heart full of bigotry behind a rifle, there are thousands of people who will tell him to shut up.
That's right.
Especially in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's right.
This would have been a good intersection of thoughts and ideas, and I'm very ashamed of our leaders. Metcalf Metcalf started out the week by saying, Governor Wolf said that we can't have this rally, that we don't have to listen to a politician to exercise our rights. 3 days later, he gets online and says, BLM and 2A are going to intersect. That makes me nervous. We're going to cancel this rally. Well, I'm sorry, Metcalf. In the last thing you just said, we don't need your permission to exercise our rights. We can do it ourselves because we're the government.
Yeah.
We are the government. We elect these people to do our bidding. Unfortunately, a lot of the times they just go rogue and do what they want to do anyways. And that's something that we have to reform.
That's right.
So, that's my statement.
That's good. This was amazing, right? This was
Hopefully, we
good.
plan on a Philly where it's a little bit more heavy and involved. There's more people getting hurt, and we want to provide first aid and record.
Amen. So they came with their recordings on, so they can record and make sure everything is done in decency and order. They weren't coming here for no violence. They were just coming here to exercise their amendment, to say that it's our right as American citizens to carry everyone, black, white, yellow, whatever you are, to carry it, and nobody should be discriminated against because of who they are to carry their guns. And as you can see, they got a sign here that says "Justice for George." Okay, these people were down here with signs that say "Justice for George." So that division and that confusion, I don't know where that came from. That's why you got to come down here, because a lot of stuff that they put out there in the media is not always true. got to come down and you got to talk to people. And this is just to further divide us. Yeah.
Conversation is the most important thing.
Yep. Conversation.
Lady down there, so I'll say young men.
So this was good. As you can see, look, civilian. Do not shake. I like this.
Here in the name of peace, they brought out a beautiful sign that said, Black Lives Matter. There is an organization, and the young men.
Yeah, this was good.
But you know what I noticed? But you know what I noticed? The story is still not coming out the way it's supposed to. It's not the right story, especially in my mind. If I'm watching TV,
I'm probably gonna get heckled.
I'm not saying I expect you to report the full coverage or the full story. I don't expect you. Now listen, no. I don't expect you to spin a narrative just so that you can get something so people can watch. Because they're spinning.
I don't even watch TV.
For us that are watching, they're spinning a narrative about you guys.
Right.
They created the scene. You guys showed up peacefully, although we did, and you guys did. They made it look like something in the media, so people don't come out or connect.
No, it's called
and that's
propaganda.
not the right story. But I don't.
Like during the war, like World War II, the Nazis used to drop flyers from the sky saying, "Why are you men over here? Another man's with your woman. You should go home." That kind of stuff.
That's something.
Was you supposed to be here till 3?
I don't think so. I think they all went. Most of the there was actually people all over the steps.
I saw it.
I saw it on the news. And then around noon they left. We've just all been talking about other stuff since then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went live and talked to a bunch of people if you wanted to check it out.
Oh, okay. Where were you at?
Here.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're more than welcome to take that footage and use
Oh,
it
okay, cool.
however you want.
What's your name?
Kendra Marie.
Oh,
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you Kendra
I'm
Marie?
on live right now,
Okay.
so okay, type your name in to my own.
I know. Okay, and make sure you give it to me too.
Yeah.
This is Kendra, and she's been down here
Yeah.
talking to different people to
imagine
try to
if they didn't
clear
drop
up a
your
lot of
rally
the
and our rally
misconceptions
together?
that were being told
Can you imagine?
about this rally today down here. They actually were not down here to promote
That would be so powerful.
Can you
discord,
imagine if
but they
our
were
rallies
down here,
together?
and actually they were holding up signs
would
that
be
said
powerful.
So I
George
And both of us
to justice for George Floyd.
everyone was
They even had up signs that said Black Guns Matter. So
granted, I'm
not
sure
a gun being black, but Black Guns Matter. There's an organization that that this black guy has, and they support him. They, to say that this is black people's legal right to carry and not be discriminated against. So they were talking about all of that stuff down here.
Everyone I talked to was very adamant about how horrific the murder of George Floyd was, and all of the people that have been oppressed by police, and that they wanted to show solidarity with that movement. This rally specifically got rescheduled, actually, so it'll happen again. So there is another chance for those groups to come together. And this rally specifically was scheduled in February, so most of the people were planning on coming for months before all the rest of the movement started with BLM. And I just thought it sounded kind of weird and fishy that everyone would be telling everyone not to go together, unless you're making the assumption that every gun-carrying person is a white supremacist that wants to kill everybody, And that's a sad assumption, and unfortunately a valid one, and for some people's life scenarios, I honestly don't trust white people to handle their relations with other people very well after what our track record has been. So I don't blame anyone for being afraid for their safety and not coming down here. But that's why I came, because I know that my white skin protects me on a certain level, and I can talk to these people and ask them what their true values are, and then hopefully share that with other communities. Like,
That's good.
Like the fact that y'all ladies came over, this is awesome. I'm so happy to meet you.
Yeah, happy to meet you too. This is Mrs. Kendrick. So she has a Facebook Live, and she has a lot more interviews with different people down here. You can go to her Facebook Live and look it up. That's
Kendra Marie Hoffman.
Kendra Marie Hoffman. Go to her live, look it up.
And of course, those people that I interviewed don't represent everybody. But I was fortunate to find a lot of really great opinions. And not everybody recognizes in this group that there is systemic racism. I think that's unfortunate. They believe that there is a very bad degree of individual racism, and that individual bad cops and individual bad people in law and in government are making big problems for people. But it doesn't seem like this group, at least some of the people I talked to, are very educated on how systemic that problem is.
Right.
And that's unfortunate. But I think that if they were able to make friends and talk, and they're all very open to talking. That's another huge thing that I realized, that they said that they would rather talk to people than point their gun at them. They just have their gun in case the authorities overstep their bounds.
Well, the one guy said to me that the Black Lives Matter from another state actually invited them to come to protect them.
Yep, and that's what
that was like. They were like, we were going to Black Lives Matter to use our white privilege to protect the Black Lives Matter movement.
It's even more effective to have people who know how to use their weapons.
That's not true.
I don't want to see police officers die either. I don't want to see anybody die. It's just unfortunate that we're at this standoff point with a lot of different groups having different beliefs, and that people are actually killing or dying.
Well, tell the truth, killing and dying.
Right. People are killing and dying already. So what can we do to stop that? And a lot of their opinions that I hope that you watch the videos that I took are pretty solid. They believe that laws need to change. They believe that it's interesting. I asked them, what are your solutions if you don't believe this is systemic? And their solutions are things like changing the law and reforming the police, and they're like systemic solutions. So I just think that there's a little bit of a misconception of what the problem is, but their solutions are the same as ours. They're protesting here for the same reasons that we are. When I say we, I say that on the side of Black Lives Matter.
Right.
That's who I've been participating with much more frequently recently. I just thought this was interesting and wanted to hear their opinions from themselves instead of trusting what the media or other people were saying.
Because there are different opinions.
Yeah.
A lot of misconceptions going on with the media.
Stereotyping on every side of the equation, and that's not helping anybody.
And it's not bringing unity. It's bringing discord, and it's breaking the peace.
Right.
And it's putting more fear into people.
Fear and division, so that
people don't come together.
Will be oppressed.
That's
Everyone will be oppressed progressively. And I don't even think that all politicians, lawmakers, and officials of the government are evil or bad either. I think that there's a lot of good people trying to help, but overall, as a system, it's not good enough, and that's what we have to make.
And there are some wicked people, so
there are some pretty
that need to be removed. Power, security, and all of that, and we just gotta pray that they get removed, and then we gotta exercise our right to vote, to get them out of office. Those that need to be, and put in people that are really, genuine, and seeing policies and procedures change for all men, equality. So,
what's your name?
My name is Tara.
Tara?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
I gotta head out.
Okay, nice to meet you again.
I could have been me then.
You are a living, breathing human with a pulse, and you live within the area that we have designated as Pennsylvania, or United States in general. You should be allowed to come here and express what you want to say without fear of
race, creed, religion.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Race, creed, religion, color, black, brown, white, purple, whoever. We don't care. We are Americans. We need to stand together. We're with everyone.
Bottom line. So you're all, I'm sure, a part of the NRA.
No.
Okay. Because as you were talking, I'm thinking, is this NRA? Okay, so break it down for me. You said no. You're not a part of that, so break it down. Because there are people who are thinking, like I was, because he was talking about the rights, the liberties, lobbyists, all that stuff. That stuff is tied into the NRA.
NRA would sell
They
our
sell
gun
their
rights.
mother's soul for pretty much anything.
For money. They are based on money. They do not represent right. They don't care. They don't care about people. And they feed propaganda. They'll feed racist propaganda. They'll feed you anything if they can bankroll it. If they can increase their power.
It's just like these guys.
Yeah.
They're the same
lobbyists.
thing.
Fucking lobbyists.
Government doesn't make laws anymore. Lobbyists make laws.
It's the lobbyists.
Yep. It's all the money in the back rooms. Yes. But why I'm out here,
They don't do anything.
why I'm out here is because whether I like you, I don't like you, I judge you based off of character. I don't give a shit what color you are. And whether I like you or not, you have every amount of rights that I do. Say whatever you want to say. Whether I disagree with you or not, I'm going to stand here.
Unless it's some off the wall shit. I can't.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's reasons to it, but put it this way: if I got a right to protest, whoever else has a right to protest. And as far as like if there's white privilege or this or that, because I just got involved with this whole when this last thing with George Floyd happened. Before that, I wasn't really involved in any of it. The whole world knows what that was. So if you see most gun rallies, everyone thinks it's like redneck white guys with guns. Was it the Virginia rally in 2020? If you look up Virginia rally 2020, look up Black Guns Matter. They were bringing in as many people as they can. Because my thing is, if I got a right to have it, you guys got a right to have it. And a really funny thing happens at a gun rally, no matter what colors are there. Cops don't show up in riot gear. They don't start anything with anybody. They sit there and mind their P's and Q's.
It's not protesting their brutality either.
And my thing is too, if they wanted to get stupid tonight, if there's white privilege, cops don't shoot at white guys with guns.
Wait a minute, go back. You said if there's white privilege.
There is white privilege.
There is white privilege.
Piggyback?
Yeah.
Let me piggyback on what
I just got involved in this stuff, so I'm still learning this. And I'm still
You know what?
that.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna. You know what? I love you. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of, and I have to say that there are a lot of white people who, because for whatever reasons, there are some people that just turn a blind eye. They know it's there. They don't say anything. They don't speak up. They know it's there, but they won't say anything. And there are people who, like you, maybe it just was a little oblivious. Maybe you're on your own world. But to say what you say and say, you know, I'm just getting in it. Yeah. And because of what happened with George Floyd, I take my hat off to you because you know what? You didn't have to. Mm-hmm. You could have continued to turn a blind eye.
Well, our event ended what? 2 hours ago? 3 hours ago. And we stuck around here because I talked to a news reporter. They said you guys were coming later on, so we decided to hang out until y'all got here.
Who's coming later?
So
they're not having that.
We heard that there was a BLM group that was going to come later, and we wanted to talk.
I think the other group said they canceled it.
Really?
That's all right. You guys are here.
We'll be here.
Well,
yeah,
imagine that. They try to pit us against each other, and then nobody shows up on either side.
Out to someone,
so all it does is blow up on social media. Everybody goes at each other's throats.
Yes. Oh,
yeah. But you know, like going back to like white privilege. Some people don't admit it. They ignore it because they are on the side that they're privileged by the racist system. So they're going to ignore it because it benefits them. So they're going to turn a blind eye. They don't want to disrupt that system that gives them a little bit of an edge. That's my opinion. That's my take of it. People don't want to admit it. It's.
Well, I just think it's commendable that you guys are here. You came in the name of peace, and you came in really wanting to bridge.
Did you see
together.
him come by and take a picture of us?
That's the awesome thing. When you have young people
he came by and took a picture of us in the truck.
That is our right. Black, white, doesn't matter what color you are, and we're doing stuff peacefully. And there is an awareness. I'm telling you, my eyes the blinders have been taken off. Yeah. Now I'm not saying that all people are like you guys because you guys are just
be cautious.
Yes, of course they're saying, of course, to be cautious, and of course we are cautious. Yeah. But to just hear and to see that these guys, we talked to another group of people who were down here, and they were very embracing, and I'm almost speechless because it's just good to see young people being aware of their rights and who want to come together, black, white, whatever the racial ethnicity is. We all want, and at the end of the day, I think most civil people want what's right.
Yeah.
Like I want to. Look, I'm bearing my
It's
heart.
not 1960
You know what I
no
mean?
more.
You know, so we just, and I thank God. It's a shame that George Floyd had to die.
No, I'm saying we need to get with
But
the
I look at it
2020s.
as though,
It's not 1960.
you know, God was in control of everything.
You know.
And
Past the
out of his
1960s.
death,
Yeah.
you know, unity is emerging. You know, and again, we take our hats off to you guys. You're doing a great job. We just, you know,
You guys see these?
You're doing a great job.
They're trying to pit everybody against each other, saying, you know, the Hawaiian shirts are this and the Hawaiian shirts are that.
It's an
Pretty
American
much,
thing
if you
in
see
young
the Hawaiian
people.
shirts, their biggest thing is, we don't care what color you are, what your orientation is. We don't care anything. As long as like you're a peaceful person and you want to have your liberties back, come join us.
We want you to come help us
Because if that
get
wasn't
our liberties back, because we have to demand them. We cannot ask for them. We have to demand them. They are ours. They are not theirs to take away from us. They're not theirs to discuss the details. You know, we have inalienable rights. Our founding fathers, I am a big believer in the Constitution. I swore an oath to defend the Constitution, and the Constitution's pretty clear about this subject. Everyone gets it, and I understand how
garbage.
Do you think that we need to change? I think that remember that the Constitution was written.
Yeah, it was pretty garbage.
And, right, and I think that we do need to change some things.
I agree.
We need to change the Constitution because that's why there's an oppression upon certain people, especially this minority group, meaning black folks, because of the Constitution.
It took 6 days of rioting.
Right.
Somebody's asking a question. They want to know what liberties are you demanding?
All of them. All of them.
Okay,
be specific.
Okay, let me be specific. If you, in your life, want to act a certain way and express yourself in a certain way that does not harm anyone around you.
Oh, you got the shofar.
If you're not posing harm on anybody, why should you?
You're gonna blow it?
You should be allowed to do what you want to do.
You're gonna blow the shofar?
If you want to smoke cannabis, if you want to own a firearm, if you want to demonstrate on the steps of Harrisburg without
Listen.
Senator telling you, it's a little too dangerous.
Listen, y'all, this. Hold on.
Please cracking your head open. If you are peacefully protesting and the riot police walk into you, that is an affront. And that is his right to blow that horn right there. I don't like this.
Okay, you want to talk a little bit about that? Want to talk a little bit about the shofar?
For me, this is a symbol of the voice of God.
That's right.
This is a tradition of the Jewish land, and this symbolizes a lot of things, which I have the paper at home, and I got no time to explain. But this is a symbol of liberty, access, get ready, be alert, and for me, this is especially the voice of God to alert people that Jesus Christ is coming soon.
Amen.
Thank you. My name is Rhea Willis.
Amen. Thank you.
If it's a right, it can't be taken away. If it's taken away, it's only a privilege. Just like that. And I don't know these guys. I don't know those guys over there. I came out. You guys got medical stuff on you. You got medical stuff on you. I got 3 more med kits on me. Med kits aren't all for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? We came out here to make sure, you guys can do what you guys need to do without being hindered in that.
Yeah.
Okay, she has another question. She's saying, which one of those have been taken away specifically? Which one of your liberties? Which one of our liberties have been taken away specifically?
As Americans? Sure. Okay, here, I'm not prepared to give you specific liberties.
Okay, okay, this young man, go ahead.
George Floyd's liberties were taken away. Duncan Lem's liberties were taken away. Who was the EMT that was shot in the house? Breonna Taylor. Her liberties were taken away.
So that's liberty of life.
When are they going to come for us? When are they going to come for you? You know.
At what point do you draw a line?
I'm very motivated by police brutality. That's what really gets me out in the streets, out with all you people. And it needs to end. It needs to end.
We need reform. We need mass reform. And the thing is in this country, we've gotten really, really used to the trickle effect. Trickle reform here and there. Vote in the people that kind of align with you, and we'll move along through history. Well, you guys are activists with race. The Civil Rights Act was 56 years ago, and we're still. It took 6 days of rioting to get.
Burned the country down after Martin Luther King Jr. was killed, and that's when they finally passed the Civil Rights Act.
That's a very good point. And yes, Diane, they are talking about black liberties. I'm not sure when you came on, but when we start doing this, the thing I love about these people that have been here is they are definitely for black movement, for black liberties. Hold on one second. Take it over. He keeps calling me, so it must be important.
Okay. So, like I said, these people are for black movement, for black liberties. Yep. It's about unifying all people.
And let me be clear here. There's 3-4 of us talking right now. That's just because it's later in the day. Everyone left. We're not the only 4. I can guarantee you 99.9% of those people up there, if you guys would have came when that happened, would have told you the same thing that we're telling you here.
Yep.
These are broad statements. These are not our own personal beliefs. These are widespread beliefs.
I'm sure
it's ridiculous that we have to talk about this 56 years later. The people that were directly affected by segregation are still alive today, and there's a lot of people in my community that they're sheltered and they feel like, oh, we should just get over this whole race thing. We should just get over it. The effects of segregation were like, I actually heard it the other day. The effects of segregation are gone, because that was like 100 years ago. That was 56 years ago. These people are still alive. Your grandparents suffered under segregation, your parents. And now today, and it's
still segregation, but it's undercover. Right?
Oh, that's the divide.
And they want to shame.
Yeah.
And I know my family. I love my family to death. They're the best. But they don't know I'm out here because they would have some.
Tell the truth. Have a fit.
There would be some adverse opinions to me talking to you, and they'd be like, "Why are you apologizing?" I'm not apologizing for anything. I am saying that
we
this
need
whole
to change.
Situation with race problems is ridiculous.
This is what we talked about on the steps here. A young white girl got up, and she was beautiful. She had me crying. She said, we need to go home to our families, and we need to stand up and say, you're not right.
Yep.
We need to stand up. We need to make a difference in our home and stop being afraid and say, no, you need to change your ways. That's wrong.
It always escalates.
I'm not going to.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Our families.
But she had us crying out here.
That's been the problem.
She said, I'm going to stand up. I'm not going to hide.
Silence. And this is why this is critically important that we bridge this gap. You know about me, I know about you. You know my motive, I know your motive. Okay, our motive should be one motive, that we are together. Like you said, you guys came down here with the right to bear arms and with the right to bear arms.
I'll take my free privilege, and if the cops come in, I bet you the 3 of us will walk right in front of who's ever protesting.
That's why we wear these.
Whatever color you are.
Stop rubber bullets.
Yeah, rubber bullets. I mean, these things are like rifle rated.
Yeah,
So, but the thing is, in America, the funny thing is, if it looks right, it is right. Forever.
That's
as long as
sad.
it looks right, it is right. Doesn't matter what the truth of the matter is, as long as it looks good.
The optics of the situation.
And everybody will buy it out.
Conservative family in our area, coal mines. My family, Russian and Irish, and we know when the Irish first came to America, they were treated horribly, and then they progressed up the social ladder, and now what do? They treat other minorities.
Yeah.
It's like I don't get it.
Always beat up the new guy.
Yeah. That's America's theme. Is let's beat up on the new guy, and it's like
so again, this is amazing that you guys are coming, and the only how we're going to do a resolve here is if we have this conversation, and that's the start. But we have to maintain the conversation and step up to the plate. And one of the things that we've been crying out since these protests start is that our Anglo-Saxon brothers and sisters be that voice.
Yeah. And if you look up
Be
these
that
shirts,
voice.
if you look up Hawaiian shirts and the whole Boogaloo movement, there's a lot of everybody's infiltrated everybody at this point. As far as right, left, center, everywhere in between. But you'll find plenty of stories from protesters where these guys put their gas masks on, and there's a sitting here like this with his rifle and his gas mask on, so everybody behind him can get the hell out of Dodge and not be hurt by it.
Hey, Destiny, you have
Isn't that something?
You made a
Wow.
statement. You said what? Can you be more specific as to why you said that?
You can ask questions on here, and I
Destiny,
will.
there's a young lady
If
that
you have any
made a
questions
comment,
that you want to
and I wanted
ask,
to
just let
bring
me know, and I will
clarity
ask these
for,
guys whatever
I just
question
wanted
that you
her
want,
to break it down,
and they will answer
on
you.
her comment. But I
You guys a chance to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, because we are answering questions. We have another live going, and people are asking questions, and we're asking them what the question is, and they're giving answers.
You guys who have just gotten on and have not been on since the beginning, we just wanted to come down here and let the people
Right
know
now.
what we just literally found out is that we were both played, because you have
Oh, yes.
you have their people telling us, the African American community, the Black Lives Matter community, not to go down there because there's a group of radical white guys down here who are armed, and they're going to be shooting. So as a result, they didn't come. And then they told these young men that what was the message that they told you?
They said that Antifa was supposed to come out here, dress up like us, and they were going to open fire from inside the crowd on everybody.
Okay, so what he is saying is that there were radical people from...
They were saying Antifa, who actually knows whether it's instigators on their side or instigators on our side, or
they're trying to keep us
right,
apart.
left, or center. Who knows what it is?
Right, so the bottom line was they
George
gave
Soros, who knows?
excuses and reasons for both sides not to come down.
Yeah.
And so that right there is just a way for us to be, again, divided.
Yeah. I drove out here 2 hours. Yeah, drove out here 2 hours. And the thing is, like, I got my camera, he's got a camera on him, he's got a camera on him. And it's both one, for our protection, but also the biggest thing is, too, say something does go south. They're going to try to race bait this thing so bad. White guys with the guns, all of a sudden, you know, Black Lives Matter's here. Trumper thumpers are here with their guns, and some racial stuff happened.
And the guy
That's
told
what we
me
got
that this...
these for, so we can go, here you go, news crew. Why don't you play it?
Now the guy down the street told me this isn't the other guy that we interviewed. He said this is not a Trump thing. This is not a Democrat thing.
Nope.
This is not a whatever.
It's a human thing. It's a
All
human
this
race
is you just want to be down here for your rights. If you guys have any questions that got on here and you want to ask these guys some questions, you can bring a question up on the screen and I will answer the questions. There was a lot of misconception going on about this rally today. And if you go back and watch it from the beginning, you will hear the truth.
Okay, so they did have about 250.
And it was a mixed bag. It really was.
There was people here, there was reenactors here, there was all kinds of people.
Yeah, we had
There was gay pride gun activists
I was
out
gonna bring
here.
that up. There was a gay pride activist group,
Okay.
and they were armed. Most of them were armed.
Yeah.
And they had the rainbow flag, and they were well received. I saw a guy, 60-year-old guys.
They spoke at the rally.
They spoke at the rally. 60-year-old white guys are coming up and saying like, "Hey, thanks for coming out. You know, we have a common ground."
If you have any
So
questions that you
out
want
of
to
that
ask
group,
these
how
guys,
many
just let
percentage
me
would you say
know,
represented the
and
African
I will
American
put it on the screen, and I will ask them
90%.
any questions
Okay,
that
were
you
they
have
armed?
that you want to ask.
I don't know if I saw.
I don't think I've seen any African Americans.
Okay,
Yeah, I got here
'Cause
late.
they're
but I
willing to
was told
answer
there's
any one of
probably,
your
what,
questions.
15, 20?
so out of about
Guys with the Hawaiians on?
250 people here,
I
this
didn't
young
see
man is saying about maybe what he could see.
They
was
were down
probably
here.
about
Some of them
15 or
had
20 people, which is so
No,
sad.
with the
signs
with
that
just
said
these shirts, with just
justice
these
for
shirts
George
on.
Floyd. They also had
numbers, guys.
That we personally saw.
they also
so
had
wow.
Black Guns
I'm talking
Matter.
about the
There's an
organization
organization that
that wears
supports
these guys.
No,
Wears
so-
Hawaiian
people of
shirts, there's probably 20
minority,
of us out here.
African Americans to carry
No.
have the
No.
rights to carry guns
I'm
and be
Oh,
safe
okay,
and
okay.
shouldn't be
I misunderstood
harassed
that.
or anything. And
There was only one African American.
so they were basically down here to stand up for all people's
There were
rights.
probably more. Just
She said about
we didn't see.
20%, and they were all armed. Destiny, are you saying that the African American people that were here, they were armed?
I didn't want to stop.
we don't know. I mean, I'm not saying yes or no.
I did see a
was
guy
in the
down
crowd.
here,
This girl was in the crowd.
and he did have one. He did have one on
I'm
him.
waiting for her to respond.
We were
So
trying to mingle
she
with people,
said,
yeah.
We don't come here to take notice of that. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
did see there was some of Pacific descent. It was probably, I don't know, 10 people from Pacific descent that were up in the top corner. They were young girls with large firearms, and they were well received. They took a picture with a bunch of two-way people up on the steps. It was a mixed group of people, and everyone got along. And I really, if you're listening to this right now, if you're listening to this, come to the next one.
Yep.
Don't listen to what they say. Come to the next one.
I gotta jump in here. So I asked Destiny about how many African Americans. She said about 20%. I asked if they were armed. She said no. This is part of the divide because how they see you is different from how they see us. And the reason why the black people who came here were not armed is because we are not received. If black people would have
sees a black person with a gun, they're automatically going to assume the worst. You know, they're going to target you. You know, look at the Black Panthers. Look what happened when they started arming up. The CIA, the FBI, they cracked down hard.
Actually, they couldn't get it. Actually, they couldn't get in. What they did was, it was a powerful movement, but what they did was they got one of their own to turn against them because they couldn't take them down until they did that.
Yeah, but once they started arming themselves, they were scared. They were scared of that movement. And
they were because it was a very powerful movement.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
We're allied with. Actually, I'm not sure about the country. I'm pretty sure they allied with local white militia groups. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Thanks, Destiny.
I think they did.
Yeah.
He's just giving us a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not even part of like a militia group or anything like that. I mean,
Panthers.
Yeah, I'm out here by myself. Just if I got the rights, you guys got the rights. Everybody's got the rights. So.
He was gonna say something about that's mine. You were gonna say something about. You said let me reiterate on white power. Whatever, privilege.
I was gonna say something about white privilege.
Yeah.
Now I'm not denying that there are two standards for the two different groups of people. I'm not going to deny that. There are different standards held. But to maybe diminish that divide, to bring the two groups of people together, he mentioned, they come for us too. He mentioned his Irish descent. When Irish came over on the boats, they were treated like second-class citizens by the people who were already here. They were put into the mines. We come from School County. It's a mining area. Our ancestors,
all our great grandfathers died of black lung.
Died of black lung. Died of work-related.
I remember studying about that.
Yeah, they treated us horribly. It's not when you talk about white privilege, and people are like, oh, you know, the white people get all of the benefits of society. There is a double standard, okay, but the problem is the state, the system, doesn't care what color you are. They use that as a weapon.
Yep.
They have no problem putting our great-grandfathers in the mines. Our great-grandfathers built America. The steel that they made with the mines that they pulled out of the ground with their bare hands. We're so proud of them. They worked their
You're talking
entire
about
lives.
Irish. You're talking about the things that the Irish did. They were discriminated against. At
Ukrainian,
one point,
Now
they just give a little bit about their history.
The Irish, most of the Irish descendants, the Ukrainian descendants, now they're
It's every race
down.
as they came in one by one. Whoever the new race is that comes
let me say this. The police, when they are done fucking up black people, they are gonna fuck up white people too. They see you guys that you are like, you know, easy pickings. That's what they think. They want to crack skulls. They see a white person, that group, gonna crack their skull too. You know.
Plenty of people get hurt. They don't. The thing is the state doesn't see color. They see opportunity. If you are a weak minority group that can easily be taken advantage of.
If they feel like you're weak, but actually they know that you're not weak, and that's why I think that's why they get afraid, and that's why they try to take down a particular group of people.
That's why they don't want us mingling. They don't
right.
want us together on something. Because I mean, shit. If you have two of our moons together.
So basically, you're saying because you like to carry your guns and weapons, you're considered in a sense a different type of minority group, and you have to fight for your rights.
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
If you want to do, here's the thing in modern America that just drives me nuts all the time. If you want to,
because they do want to take your right away.
Sure, they get paid to represent us, but they choose to represent their own class of citizen. I was going somewhere. If you want to do more in modern day America than just mindlessly consume the latest trend, entertainment, food, commodities, you're gonna have
Same
to
thing
fight
as
for
any other
what you
race,
want to do. I mean,
gender,
gardening.
anything else.
I mean, ridiculous things. Gardening has come under attack. People don't want people gardening in their own backyards.
whatever
They
you
don't want
want
people
to call
collecting
it.
rainwater. They
There's
don't want
terrible
people
in every
forming their
grocery
own.
store, you see this.
Pirate radio in the 90s. Pirate radio came under attack by the FCC because we want to have the monopoly on the radio stations. I mean, these are just little things that, you know, they go after whatever the weak minority that they can oppress.
What they think is weak.
What they think is weak.
Yeah.
And I think in 2020, I mean, you see these guys in these shirts, they're friends. They're here with their rifles and their pistols to ensure that you have a voice.
We're very underground.
That's what we're here for. We want everyone to have a voice. Because I, personally, if I get taken down, if I get shot, if I get, you know, if a cop goes into the, you know, if a cop wants to get my next door neighbor and accidentally comes into my house and blasts my girlfriend, shoots my girlfriend, like what? She got shot like 22 times or something like that. I don't know the details, but
it's terrible.
Yeah, Brianna ran into her house, shot her. She did nothing wrong. She didn't even know she was on the agenda for the day. You know, she had.
But the thing of it is that that's the problem. Instead of them shooting first, they need to find out, is she legally able to hold that gun? You know, they just shot first and not ask no questions, and that's the problem.
Yes, I agree with you.
There has to be something in place where they just don't go into people's houses and charge them.
You can't do that on deployment. I was in the military. You can't do that on deployment.
Yeah, we're a little nervous going into crowd.
Things happen on deployment that are not great. But as far as rules go, you can't just walk around and blast people. I mean, I know for a while in Afghanistan, the ROE was, if they are shooting at you and they put that rifle down, they're no longer a target.
Yeah.
I mean, we need reform. We need these people to act like the peace officers they claim to be. And we're out here as the anti-intimidation factor. You know, we wear basically the same thing that they're wearing. They want to wear body armor, we're going to wear body armor. They want to carry pistols, we're going to carry pistols.
What happened was,
it breaks my heart that people didn't want to
came around, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all got tired of being locked down.
I was upset. I was disappointed.
We all got tired
Well,
of being
now
locked
you see
down.
why.
All the races started to come
Now you know where the confusion was.
I am not naive to the reasons.
Absolutely, what everything
But
happened with George Floyd
I wish people would be less naive in the fact that the state, when I say the state, I'm talking about the wealthy elite, the 1%, the billionaire class, the billionaire industrialists. They don't see race. They don't care about what color you are. That's the big lie. They care about whatever minority group that they can oppress that day. Where can they get a dollar? I mean, right now, today, in Scuba County, there are minority groups working with the mines.
I'm not saying it's a fake cop or any of that crazy.
Terrible pay, 12-hour days, 7 days a week. You know, I'm not going to name out companies, but if you look up Scuba County coal companies,
yeah,
they do some questionable things. You know, they don't care who they do it to. You know, they're owned by the billionaire industrialists.
It's hard to, like,
they'll take the money right out of your pocket.
If you guys have any questions you want to ask them, go ahead and ask. He will answer your question. I was telling them if they have any questions, they can ask you.
Oh, sure. And the thing is the love is given back to us. I walked down to a convenience store in town, and we walked in to use the bathroom. We came back outside. It was a man of Indian descent. Walked out and gave me a bottle of water. He didn't have to do that. I didn't ask for it. He appreciated that we were in town. I guess he appreciated that we were here to give our message. And, you know, we came in full kit. That can be intimidating. You know, we come into the store in full gear. You don't know why we're there. You know, he came out to me and gave me a bottle of water. That meant the world to me. And it was a biker group here. I don't know who they were, but they were older, white male biker group, and they were handing out water. And I can almost guarantee they didn't care who they handed out water to. Black, white, doesn't matter. I just really wish, you know, I know I've been gone forever. I just really wish, when it boils down to it, that we would stop this whole white versus black nonsense, because we're all here together, we're all here to live our best lives, and I think the best way to sum it up is we're here for the pursuit of happiness. And when you talk to anyone, our pursuit of happiness is not that different. I can walk up to a black man on the street, and his pursuit of happiness is probably the
Hello.
It's up to us to be mature and to stand up and say that, you know, bipartisan, it doesn't matter what political spectrum you're on, is that we deserve the pursuit of happiness. And we're kind of tired of asking for it every single year. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. Every year we have to come out here and fight for things that should be guaranteed to us. And I think it's going to take a large coalition of mixed groups. I mean, you gotta look at the middle class people from suburban Lancaster area to the city people of Baltimore. They have to find a common ground. They have to find the common.
If you have any questions that you want to ask him, put it up on the screen, and he will answer your questions. We've been down here interviewing certain people today about what happened down here. If you go back and look at the video from the beginning, you'll see there was a lot of misconception and confusion. They were told one thing.
Hey, you put that back! You put that back on that barrier!
Why did he take down the flag?
Yo, that's our
put
personal
that flag back!
Yo!
We're talking to you!
There was that flag I told you guys
hey!
that had the names of all of the African Americans who had fallen.
So as you can see, the police they took down the flag that had all the different people that were passed on, and the police came and took the flag down. It had all the different people like George Floyd, and they're going up the steps right now to tell them to put. The cops took the police office took the flag. They took the flag down. Wow, that.
The flag down.
And the flag had all the different people that. The flag had all the different people on it that passed on, like George Floyd, Breonna, and they're upset because that's what they were up here for. And the police came and took the flag down that was hanging, that had all the representation of all the people that were killed, African Americans that were killed for no reason. And so the guys are going up the steps and they're asking the police to give them their flag back because they're extremely disappointed. So they just went up the steps and they're yelling at the cops, telling them to give them my flag back. They're upset because they took the flag down that represented George Floyd's death, Breonna Taylor's death. They just left the whole interview and now they're going up the steps to retrieve this flag back from the cops. They just came up and just snatched their flag down off of the rails, and now they're talking to the cops up there. As you've seen, they just yelled at them. Now, you know we wouldn't be able to yell at no cops like that. But they went up the steps yelling and screaming at the cops, talking about giving my flag back. They also have cameras on, so everything that they're doing is being documented. So if the cops pull any funny stuff, they will be able to tell what's going on. They have it all documented. So they're going up there now and they're trying to get their flag back from the police that took their flag down. The flag that they had up there was the United States flag, and they had George Floyd on it. They had Breonna Taylor on there. They had there were African American names that were written on the flags that died in this country. When they were up here doing a rally today, they wanted to show their appreciation for, even though it was a gun rally, they wanted to show that their support for the Black Lives Matter movement and those that lost their lives today. And so a police officer came by just now, took the flag down, and they were really highly upset. They're up there talking to another set of cops now, telling them, go get our flag back. You should have never took that flag down. That flag was up there to represent those people who lost their lives in the United States for the sake of racism. And these guys that we were interviewing got upset, walked across the street, and they're declaring right now They have cameras on their vest that you put that flag back up there. It has all the lives of those that were taken for injustice in America as far as African Americans. So as you can see, these Anglo-Saxons or white brothers and sisters are going up there to get that flag back from the police, saying put that flag back up there. This is our right to be able to, even though it was a gun rally, we were protesting for our rights to carry, but also we were representing George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all of those people, and we want that flag hung back up there with their names on it. That was our right to have that flag there. I guess a police officer drove by in his car, got out and took the flag down, drove off. Now they're talking to other officers. They want to know who it was, and they want that flag back. And they are up there demanding that that flag be put back up on the Capitol right now. So what was being told was that they weren't up here for the reasons why everybody was saying they were up here. They actually had signs that said justice for George Floyd. They even had a sign that said Black Guns Matter, meaning that you know, it's the right for all citizens to carry guns. African Americans, they should not have to be brutalized or anything. I don't agree with weapons and stuff like that, you know, because violence is violence. But as American citizens, I guess they're saying from their point of view, we have a right to protect ourselves as civilians in our homes. So they are up there talking to the cops now. They're demanding that they get that flag back up here at the Capitol. We are coming up to the top of the steps now to get closer. As you can see, they're documenting all of this stuff. Here they come. They're coming down the steps now. They're trying to find out how they can get that flag back. They balled the American flag up, guys. They balled up the American flag.
And it was up for about 4 hours.
So are they going to give you your flag back?
George Floyd's name were on that American flag on this barrier.
Not one more.
And it was up for about 4 hours while everyone was standing here, and there was cops watching it the whole time. And not one police officer walked up and said, oh, that's a problem, you can't put that there.
Yeah, right
they
there.
waited until most of us had left thinking, oh, we don't want the public to see that. That's a bad image. Just take it down when no one's noticing.
Well, you don't
The
want
fact
to
that you're
with
dealing
250
with
armed
American
protesters,
police
but they'll
taking down
come into a
American
Black
flags
Lives
to
Matter
tell you everything
protest
you need to
a
know.
week ago and pepper spray.
So they took down the American flag that had the names of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, different people.
Duncan Lemp.
And Duncan Lemp.
Duncan Lemp's one that everyone likes to forget about because he was a little bit counterculture. They still murdered him.
He was one of us. He was one of us that was shot in his sleep.
Wow.
Didn't they shoot him from outside of the house?
Outside the house.
Outside of the house.
The American flag was posted on a piece of taxpayer property, and that flag was paid for by taxpayers.
It's not even so much that.
Once no one
We're
was
dealing with American cops balling up American flags.
So they balled up the American flag, and what did they do?
They balled it up, they threw it in a cop car, and they sped off with it. And now they're telling us we got to fill out paperwork to get it back.
You got to fill out paperwork to get it back. All they have to do is come around the corner. So aren't they going to come around the corner to give you your flag back?
We got one good cop. State's closed.
Okay, so we got a good cop that's coming back to bring the flag back. All right, give him a round of applause. Yeah, they weren't leaving yet. So he came back to bring the flag. He brought to bring the flag back.
This is the flag that was taken down.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So they got the flag back.
The individuals.
Right. This is the flag that they got back. And it
This
says
is a bipartisan effort. This is not political. We just want reform, and we want our liberties to be protected. That is all this is about. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter, a Biden supporter, a libertarian supporter. We don't care who you are. Our fight is the same. We want our liberties back. And this is a little bit of a representation. It's just a flag with some names on it. But these names.
Can you read the
stories.
names?
These
Can
names
you?
have families.
Duncan Lemp, Breonna Taylor, Daniel Weaver, Robert Lavoie, Finnegan, George Floyd, for 9 minutes. We will not be silent. Not one more.
That must make me
Not
cry.
one more.
Wow, that's beautiful. So now they're wrapping up the flag, y'all. They're folding it up.
What I was trying to say.
That was beautiful.
Before they came is this is why it's critically important that your voices be heard. What if we just walked away? What if this young man didn't run up the steps?
They balled it up. I didn't fold it the best. I'm not a good folder.
But we got
they
it back.
balled it up and threw it in a squad car.
Yeah.
And they told us they drove it away. Well, they just brought it out from the Capitol steps.
That tells you whose side they're on.
Wow.
But the important part is
At least the man, and at least the man gave it back.
At the next rally, we get this flag.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday?
We'll be here
What
Saturday.
rally is on Saturday?
2 to 6.
We represent. We're pastors. Okay, so we represent. We represent peace. Okay, and we're coming out here in the name of prayer and praise, with a little twist of speaking of our freedoms.
Okay.
Okay, so we invite you to come back.
It's this Saturday, the 20th.
We're supposed to be doing protection in Selinsgrove.
Oh, that's okay. That's
Well,
okay.
we support your movement, but we have another assignment.
That's
we
fine.
Well, don't forget to come back with the flag, though.
You're gonna be here?
Yeah.
You take the flag.
Oh, that's beautiful. We'll make sure you get it back.
The media would never tell you
That's
that.
That's beautiful.
We're gonna put it.
And if
We're
you
gonna
find
put it
someone
up.
Next time you're here,
Yes.
you can have it. Give it to them.
Listen,
we'll
we're
do.
gonna put the
There you
flag
go.
up.
Keep passing it down.
If you
For
put the flag,
Saturday.
if you put the,
Don't let them
monitor
take
it,
it. Don't
because
let
they'll
them take
take
it.
it.
They
Okay.
will take it.
We will put it on something else, a table or
This
something.
is exactly what we talk about with the whole divide.
I thought I had that wrong.
Is that when in the media would they ever tell you a white guy covered in tactical gear, whether he's got a weapon or not, is going to hand a flag over to an African American?
That was
They
beautiful.
would never, pastors, they would never in a million years tell us this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's bipartisan. This
That
is
was
not
history.
a political
it is
situation.
bipartisan.
They like to play that too, like, oh, we're the right conservative.
Sure, we all have different viewpoints in all politics, you know? I'm a very progressive,
And that's your right,
left-leaning
too.
person. What's that?
That's your
Yeah.
right too. We can all
Yeah.
think however you
But
want
we
to
all
think.
come together on these issues, you know? Like, if you're a decent human being,
Destiny, I have it.
you should support police reform. You should support civil rights, civil liberties. It is past time. It is 2020. It is past time.
That
These
happened
shirts-
just. That
these
happened.
shirts here are representative of the young community that is ready to take action.
Share our values.
And
We
the
will
reason
not
is,
be intimidated.
They're trying to make this whole Boogaloo movement out. They're trying to make it
Oh,
that
yeah,
we're
heard of
trying
that.
to take over this and we're, racist, violent white guys and this and that one. All we want is, your gay interracial neighbor to be able to, grow his weed and protect it with an AR-15.
Wow.
So that's where we're at with it, but
Bad
the
apples
whole thing is
everywhere.
they think we're trying to take down
Bad
the
apples
government and this and that
everywhere. Don't
because
let
we're bringing
3, 4
people together. And that's why we wear these
That's
obnoxious shirts. You can find us wherever we are. I don't care how big that crowd would be down
Get
there.
their contact
You can find us.
information.
Wow.
Hey, do you guys have contact information?
Not that we're handing out.
Okay.
Sorry, but
That's okay.
our contact information is that shirt.
Yep.
And if you're a
What's
bad
the
actor,
name of the shirt?
what?
What's the name of the shirt?
I mean, you got a
Hawaiian
website.
shirt.
Yeah, Hawaiian
So if I
shirt,
type in
Boogaloo
Hawaii-
movement.
Boogaloo, the igloo.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
Boogaloo
got
good
you.
guys.
I got you.
Oh, you know what? On CNN,
I got
because
you.
I watch it,
Yeah.
they were like,
seen that.
yeah, this is. They're even. CNN is even spreading that the Boogaloo
Yeah.
is a negative organization.
And the thing is, you're getting
Huh?
everywhere
It might be
between
the case for
commies
some, but not
to neo-Nazis to white, black, green, purple, whatever color you want, gay, straight, and they're all coming together. Never in a million years. Like, do you guys realize how screwed everything has to be
Right.
to take that many people to make them the human race?
Right.
Because they just want everyone sees it now.
Wow.
It's so blatantly obvious.
Right.
All right. Well, we appreciate your
All
time.
right.
We
God
thank you
bless
so
you.
much. Thank you for the information.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is power.
Come out next time.
When is the
You're
next
sitting at
time?
your-
How are we gonna know?
Whenever whenever you
know
want
what?
it to be.
Oh, we'll know.
We'll get
They
you
put
guys
that
back
flyer
where it
out
came
there.
from.
We don't
We'll
control.
figure it out
Okay, look.
and let you guys know.
They put
I'll
that
get-
flyer out there.
Listen, no, it's
No, no,
it's
no.
on it's in the Capitol.
No, no.
I knew you
Yeah.
guys. If you
We
go to
knew
the
about
Capitol,
this.
I'm gonna
yes, it's in the Capitol. Every event
No, I'm
down
gonna-
here is in the Capitol.
Yeah,
put
and
my
plus
name-
they had it
I'm
all over Facebook. But that's how I knew about it.
We gotta
Go on, if you go on the site, you'll see it.
Yeah.
They have a listing of
And
all
the thing
of
is,
the
like, we all gotta worry
events
now
and the
about
dates.
giving out information and stuff because on both sides,
don't want to get drunk away in the middle of the
they're
night.
sitting there either, one, getting drug away in the middle
That's
of the
what
night.
Maxim.
You ain't getting
And,
drunk
and
away.
they pit us against each other. They'll take all the screenshots of everybody's faces and where they work and this and that. Both sides are doing it to each other, posting them up. Oh, you guys know what to do.
Make them famous.
Yeah, make them
Make them
famous.
famous.
Yep.
And then they get labeled this, that, whatever label they want to throw on it that day.
Wow.
But that's why they got chest cams on. He's got chest cam on. This one mounts
So
right
we need
here
a
on
chest
me.
cam.
This is going right to Brandon.
This is here.
Honestly,
Where
this is
you
my
get
first
it
time
from?
using it.
Where
Got it off
you said to
Amazon.
upload it?
And I don't know how well it's gonna work. So I hope it works good because
And what is that
just
called?
happened? What just
So
happened
Brandon
there?
can upload
These are
it,
just
take
body
it off of
cameras.
Facebook.
Yeah,
You
that's
buy them
all
on
they are,
Amazon.
body
It's good to
cameras.
have
We just
for
caught
your
the
own
cops
protection.
taking away this American flag with our martyrs, George Floyd, Duncan Lemp, their names on it.
Right.
And that's unacceptable. We
Right.
caught them
And-
on video.
And they were.
Hopefully we can hold them accountable if they tear gas peaceful protesters, if they crack some skulls.
Attack the press.
Yeah.
That's been popular lately. That
Oh
is-
yeah, I saw that. I saw they attacked a press guy on CNN.
That is unacceptable.
They even
have to do
attacked
their
their
job.
own mayor, I think, somewhere. Or
We
was
don't
it the
always agree-
governor?
We don't always agree with what the press have to say, but it's their right to be
The
there.
senator was attacked.
A senator was attacked, and they didn't
He
even.
was a senator.
They didn't even know he.
They
I
just
saw
knew he was
that.
black, but you know, he was their own senator.
For protesting in a big high-vis neon green shirt.
Didn't
that
even
said
recognize their
senator
own
with his last
senator.
name on the back of it.
Wow, D.
When they
Like, he
respond,
literally
to
was
police
labeled like a
brutality
football
protests,
jersey,
more
and
police brutality,
D.
they still gas
they
it.
wonder why people are pissed. They wonder why people are rioting. This is why. Because this is how they act.
I have a question. Are you here for protection, or are you here for the Second Amendment right?
Both.
He said both.
I'm here to
Okay.
one, our Second Amendment rights, and R is the human race. We need to get minorities
I was hoping the
on
Black Lives
board
Matter
with
protests
legal
would be
gun
there.
ownership, well versed in the laws, and that'll change a lot. Because the thing is, an armed society is a polite society. Plain and simple.
Excuse me.
An armed society is a polite
The
society.
cops won't mess with.
Not even the cops. It's
He's saying civilians should have the right to
So,
carry.
Yeah, I understand. I
Yeah.
understand that. You threw me off track over it.
Sorry.
My question
Yeah.
is, we all have the right to bear arms.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely you
Okay,
do.
we get all that. But why do most gun rallies that I see,
Yeah.
you know, not per se any one person, why does it so look like you guys are always so militia?
Okay, I can explain that. It comes a little bit from our history. If I could tell you a little bit of story about the Associators. The Associators were one of Pennsylvania's first militia groups started by Ben Franklin. We route our heritage back to, our founding fathers weren't perfect, but they did lay the groundwork for this nation to be what it was, and they started off a great experiment in freedom. They weren't perfect, but who is, and we progressed with the times. They were a good example to start from. And the militias were farmers. They were industrialists. They were just normal, everyday human beings against a massive oppressive regime. Britain is what I'm talking about, and they were in a situation that none of us can identify with. We can imagine what they went through. I mean, these guys had barely anything to their name. They were just starting out this country, and they had to give almost every dollar that they made to a king.
The house and everything.
Can I ask you a question?
Please do.
Since you don't understand or you can imagine what they went through, you can only imagine
I know where you're going.
what they went through.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what we went through?
I can't.
No, I cannot.
No, we cannot.
You know why you can't? Wait a minute. Let me.
Well, if
finish.
I may-
Wait a minute. No. Let me finish. The reason why you can't imagine what we went through is because history doesn't tell it.
Women in the group.
That is
You have to go. Let me. Yeah.
We agree
No,
with
they
you.
don't control it. They don't control it. They won't write it. They wrote the history.
What they want.
And that's what. It's an ugly thing.
Victor's
Art.
It's an ugly thing. And the same way you have to research what you don't know about Ben Franklin and why you guys look so militia type, is the same way that we have to know our history too. And it's a lot of it. So you just can't pick up and walk around. Well, I guess you can, because
I know, and we walk around looking like I don't know what
Second
to.
Amendment right. I don't want you to take my words out of context.
Oh, no, please.
You know, or anything like
And
that there.
the
And I
other
don't,
group,
and I'm a
Destiny,
talker, so
that
I
we
can,
seen,
I will
there
backtrack
was
and
females,
re-talk and all
and
that there stuff.
gone,
The
but
same
they
way
said there were
you
quite a
have
few
to
women
learn,
here who were
we
heavily
have to
armed.
learn.
Who were heavily armed.
And then that makes that's a problem, because everyone wants to just assume.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you would walk around like that all day long, just like with your camouflage militia looking type, you know, we might be fearful of that. You know,
Sure,
because
sure.
it looks fearful.
Looks scary.
I think that's half the reasons why
But
they switched to this to
And I think
soften
too,
up the image a little
I
bit.
think too though, because can I say something?
Phone got hot again.
I can't hide in the bush, that's for sure.
You have to take your screen off.
the same way you walk, if you walked around like that all day long, if you walked around like that all day long, we will wonder, we just wonder why. And we would get angry. I'm going somewhere with this. We would get angry. We would get upset. We want to know why. What's the problem? All right. But when we just walk around like this,
And we target you just like that.
when we just walk around with nothing,
I don't know though, because we walk around with our pants hanging off and all of that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm
But
just talking
those are the
about
stereotypes that I think that they look at a
No,
lot too.
I don't think so. No.
I mean, I'm saying some of them do. They look at you at you're having your dreads like him,
Well,
and your pants hanging off your butt, and that, to them that's from what I know, speaking to the people that I know, that's intimidating to them, just like that's intimidating to us.
But you know what? Let
They
me say
think
this.
that they're a bunch of thugs.
Let me say this.
But
Let me say this. Let me just say this one. Let me just say this.
Today,
Before
with
you
the day
came, let me
talk
say this.
about-
Let
yeah,
me
I'm
say
just-
this.
I'm just
Before
saying.
you
Clear it
came, one of the reasons why, because when we came up here,
Yeah.
we thought, oh yeah, they're going to do this, they're going to do this. The wonderful thing about all this is we have the opportunity to share.
Right.
The higher beast told them that there was going to be a lot of radical Black Lives movement.
Yes,
The
she
higher
told-
beast told us there was going to be a bunch of radical white people coming down, shooting up everything. It's the system that has everybody fighting up against each other. And that the thing is, I can't speak for all of them, because they even said that there are people that look like them who are not like them.
Right.
And what's going to bring the barriers down, these young men right here are all for the Black Lives Movement. These guys right here stood here when those cops came and took the flag.
Oh,
I
we
didn't
were
see it.
down there.
They ran up the steps,
Exactly.
getting the flag,
And got in their face and said,
got
"Give us
in
our
their
flag."
faces
Yeah, I saw it. She told me. She
for
didn't tell me.
for the name of justice.
Right.
What's going to make the difference? And I said this before: when we educate ourselves on both sides of the spectrum, we won't walk around with this preconceived notions or biases. We won't, as a black community, won't be running around fearing everybody. Them as a white community won't run around thinking that all of us are thugs, because we're not. We're not. Some of us are heck, a lot of us are educated. A lot of us got degrees. We're not all. And even when the young man got dreads, I don't care if his parents are way down here, there are educated black people who are not thugs. There are educated white people that run around with arms, are not running around and shoot everybody. The key is what we're doing here. Open your ears and listen to what they're saying. Open your ears and listen to what I'm saying. That's how we come together. And this is what I said in the beginning. They don't want us. They are pissed off that we're all down here. They don't want us to talk. They don't want us. They don't want me to get to know him. They don't want him to get to know me. Amen.
No, you can even look at it in the same way.
No, I already know
the establishment sat up here
I know.
with a flag with a bunch of people, a bunch of victim names on it.
So
Watched us do interracial interviews across the street for how long?
Right.
Like, I'm trying
And
to
all of a sudden, boom, it disappears.
protester who has a broken
Exactly.
It was takes how much to get
that flag was
one
up
good
for
cop
4
to walk
hours.
out.
That flag was up for 4
Right.
hours.
One
And
good
that
cop
says
how many
I
do we
was
got
all
on
proud
video?
of them. They're not all bad.
I'm glad you
I got to put that out there. Because that guy right there, he didn't have to bring it out. He could have been like all the other ones and say, you know what, I don't want to be tagged, I don't want nothing on my head. But he came out because it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do.
Because you know what? They told you to go downtown and get paperwork.
Told me to go downtown and go.
But he was convicted. The guy's right in there. Why should you have to go downtown? When he's sitting right in there.
They tried to say the flag went downtown too. But
Exactly.
it went around the corner of the building and came out that door.
Yeah.
That's what was on my page.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wrote down here to see if everything
These two
had
guys are
closed
together.
down.
You're separate.
You know,
I came out here
terrible.
by myself.
How they played us against each
all
other.
that.
They played us.
That's
We didn't
terrible.
march
Two
together.
pastors over here. You
We
two are
could have marched
pastors, right?
together
Yeah.
today.
So I understand. So
We could've-
I understand why.
We could have marched
I
together.
understand
Black
that.
Lives
I
and gun
understand
rally.
We wear this stuff, like both of us, we're a medical and recon group, and we have no weapons. We have medical equipment. We wear the body armor to protect ourselves.
when we're helping
If
others.
when we're helping others, and we also wear it is a statement because everything you wear is a statement. And
It's threatening, so they won't probably mess with you.
It's the truth, though.
a lot of us are prior military, and I'll admit this is kind of a security blanket. You feel a little better having it on. It's a little bit of an inconvenience. I'm
Adds a
sweating
little
bullets.
normalcy to it
Well,
for the next
I get gun rights. I get gun rights. I don't like them. I'm trained in them. I was trained in them for 22 years, but I don't like guns. Period.
I
but I
don't
get
either.
the rights. I get the rights, but when the rights is taken out of context because you're standing up for those rights and you're using it for malicious reasons, that's when it becomes a problem.
Oh, yeah, that is a problem.
Regardless of whether they want us to be here or not, the stigma, which is reality anyway, is the thing
Oh,
that's
they're probably
killing
recording everything. Look, see, we're being recorded down there.
Well,
people of other color.
Y'all see the white van?
Let me give you a good.
See, we're being recorded. We're being recorded in a white van.
Okay. If I can give you a view.
So, go ahead.
They're probably listening to our whole
Sort of
conversation.
like park illegal, so I'm looking at my car. I just came out.
That's fine.
They got a mic. That's what they do. You ever see that where they got the van across the street?
We're not the ones doing the killing. That's what I want to say. Is
He
we're
ain't FedEx.
people that are like.
I'm sorry, y'all. Dropped my camera. Sorry.
We're not the ones doing the killing. We're the ones trying to stand up so everyone has a voice.
Yeah.
And I really wish that we could get past this whole intimidation factor.
Yeah,
I understand
I
that
gotta get out the
we
sun.
look a little scary. We try to match we try to match the intimidation that is given to us. We're wearing the same thing that they're wearing. We're carrying the same firearms that they're carrying. They can't intimidate us out of speaking. We don't plan on coming here and being offensive and getting into a fight on the steps. But we're not going to be kicked off the steps.
Like here's
Oh my God,
here's a
250 people.
Here's a perfect.
Do they have the National Guard out here for you?
No, but they had the 3%ers, which is another group that needs to get their act together.
Oh shoot! He said they had snipers on the rooftop for them, y'all. They had snipers up on top of the Capitol for them for their protests. We didn't have snipers, but they had
And
snipers.
it was a good image because you had four armed, at least, I mean, what I've seen, 4 armed men there. And we have militias on those buildings.
All over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I have to learn how to.
That's deep. They had snipers. Whew.
Look, I don't even take my camera out.
We might have had snipers and didn't know it. We might have had snipers and didn't know it.
Oh, I'm sure you did. If you're standing here, you're under bomb.
If we're standing here with you guys, 100%. That's why that van is still there.
Yeah, that van is still there.
Oh, they're Pizza Hut.
That ain't no Pizza Hut, girl. That's an unmarked van. They videoing and everything.
You ready?
I get.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I gotta get out this now.
Suddenly we got a white van over here, and I'm sure he doesn't have free candy
guys.
or puppy.
All right.
Listen, he's listening to everything.
Saturday, well,
God bless you all and have a wonderful day. Can we take a picture? Let's take a picture with this flag.
You gotta keep me plugged in.